21 Bravo combat engineer, Army veteran David Christopher Barber is your military hero for the month of January and your first military hero of 2024. Chris moved down to Ostwell, Texas from St. Louis, Missouri, and quickly adapted to the Texan lifestyle, working on a ranch.
I worked for the O'Connor Ranch for 2 years and had no idea what I was getting myself into, breaking horses and trapping hogs and, seeing all the deer out there.
Once he and his girlfriend moved to Victoria, Chris knew he needed something more long-term for work, so he went to an Army recruiter and joined the service in 2004. He even scored high on the ASVAB, so he became an engineer with a pretty surprising job placement.
Well, once I got there, it was C4, explosives, blowing up IEDs, and so I got to do a lot of that. We were trained to disarm mines, buried underground, anti-tank mines. I got to take a metal detector, was part of my inventory, and it was one that would, it was extendable. And so on the roadside, I'd be looking for IEDs. You got to be a little special crazy, to be doing that crap. And I'd find them, and then I'd place C4 on top of it and blow it in place.
Chris frequently finding bombs.
Find 55-gallon drums buried in palm groves where kids play, where these people get all their, dates from these palms. We'd find 55-gallon drums, and they would be plastic, not metal. But the metal clasp that held the lid closed would detect. And so I'd pick that up. And we'd pull out tons of African 155 rounds this tall. We'd find cell phones, SIM cards, computers.
So Chris was on the front lines of the Iraq War looking for bombs as well as doing missions with his fellow soldiers, some getting pretty dicey, like his very first mission.
By infill and exfil is when you take a helicopter, Black Hawk or Chinook, and you and 20, 30 other guys get out at nighttime with your night vision goggles on, and you get to complete your mission. And I'd say I've got 60 missions like that, where you get to see your buddy across, in another helicopter flying in. My first mission, I got my combat action badge because a surface machine gun round went through our hull, and I had 15 blocks of C4 on me. And so the flares go off, it turns bright because you have your night vision on, and we did our mission. We got in firefights, a few IEDs blew up, but we're all on foot. There's no vehicles to set these IEDs off.
Chris ended up spending nearly 4 years in Iraq, and by the end of it, he was ready to come home. He did leave with some memorable moments.
I got to meet Kid Rock, Robin Williams, who else? That was pretty cool. But, there's never a shortage of food for the military guys, unless you're eating MREs on a mission or something like that. But if you were back on post, your base, you got to eat really well and work out. They always had first-class gyms.
The food was pretty good, too.
Well, if we're talking MREs, MRE, the pastas are always the best. You can't go wrong. Something with noodles and sauce in it. But if you were going to try and judge the meat that they give you in those things, it's terrible. Yeah. But no, I think, sometimes they'd have crab legs and steaks, not like a Texas steak. Here you got mesquite wood and stuff, but over there it wasn't like that. It was like different. But I would always get a turkey wrap.
In his free time, he loves to help out with Warriors Weekend here in Victoria and spend time hunting and fishing, as well as spending time with his family. Thank you, Chris, for your service to your country, and thank you to all the veterans and active duty military members out there watching. I'm Adam Seibel, KAVU TV 25 News Now.